Hi, this is Bonnie Barker with BonnieBayCrochet.com, and I wanted to show you how to make a large honeycomb. I'm just going to be working in a small swatch here of about 19 stitches wide. And I'm going to chain 2, turn, and we're going to go ahead and start the foundation rows for this. Now the foundation 2 rows for this are very similar to the large cable. Okay, so I'm going to work 3 front post double crochet. If you've never worked a front post before, you do not work it through the top loops like you normally would, but you simply bring the hook around the stitch like so, like you're giving it a belt, and then you just complete the double crochet if it's in this case a front post double crochet stitch. Now I'm going to work a half double crochet as a spacer. That's going to be the center of one of the cables. The large honeycomb cable is actually worked really kind of based on working 2 large cables together. Okay, so the next thing I did, okay, we start from the beginning, 3 front post double crochets, half double crochet, 3 front post double crochets. I'm going to work another half double crochet, 3 more front post double crochets, half double crochet. Okay, let's just show you what we have. And then one more set of 3 front post double crochets. Okay, now there are a few extra stitches here in my swatch. I'm just going to work half double crochets in these just to show you what it might look having this cable embedded into some other crochet fabric. Okay, now I'm going to chain 2 at the end of this row and at the end of every row for that matter while we're working this stitch. So let me go ahead and do my extra, just the extra fabric, which really don't count as part of the stitch. Okay, now I'm going to get ready to work back post double crochets. I'm going to work them from the back side. Now instead of going in the front door, we're going to come into the side of the stitch and come around the back like so, like we're giving it a belt from the back, and we complete the stitch as normal. Okay, these are good stitches to use all the fingers of your non-dominant hand, so you can kind of help guide the hook and know where to put the hook to form these stitches. Okay, I'm gonna, after I did the half double crochet, which is right here, I'm going to go ahead and work 3 more back post double crochets. Okay, we're going to do that 2 more times. Okay, we have our half double crochet, and then we're going to do 3 back post double crochets. Another half double crochet, and then 3 more back post double crochets. This is just giving us a nice foundation for our next move, and then we're going to work a half double crochet right in that turning chain. Of course, if you're working this cable in other, amongst other fabric in your design, you would probably go on to something else at that point. Okay, now we are going to try to start the honeycomb. Now, if you've ever done the small honeycomb, I recommend you doing the regular honeycomb stitch or honeycomb cable on this YouTube, Bonnie Bay Crochet YouTube channel. What's going to happen is we're going to have these stitches here are going to be on the outside or on the top, and they're going to curve out in this direction. Now, these are going to be on the other side of the cable, and they're going to curve to the left, or in this direction, I guess maybe to the right if you're watching the left-handed, but they're gonna kind of like split and go opposite directions here, and that's going to hopefully help you understand what our next step is going to be. Okay, so we're going to skip these 3. This is the crossing of the cable row, and we're going to work a half double crochet right in the middle. Now we're going to work 3 front post treble crochets. That's right, not doubles but trebles. I do mix it up here a little bit with this cabling, but I think if you stick with me, you'll understand why. Okay, so now we have 3 front post trebles. Now, normally we would just work in front, but I'm going to ask you to work in back of these stitches. And that's going to be a little bit of an acrobatic jump at first, but once you've done it a couple times, you'll see why. Here's a little peekaboo window here. What you can do is you wrap your hook twice. I'm going to bring the hook in through the window. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to work 3 trebles, 1 each around each of these stitches. It's a little bit tricky at first because you have to kind of push the fabric down like so, find that stitch, and then complete the treble. That's 1. Now when you're working like this, this is a really good opportunity to use those fingers and get used to what these stitches feel like. Okay, and make sure from the back side that you're confirming that yes, you are wrapping it around that formal or that former front post double and not along something else. Okay, so after we do that, it looks kind of like this. And each of the 3 stitches are hidden. Okay, now we're going to do a half double crochet. Now we're going to do this again, but we're going to do it the opposite, and really it's an easier way. We're going to skip these 3, half double crochet again. So you have 2 half doubles like this. It's pulled a little tight right now, but that's going to resolve itself in just a minute. Front post treble in these 2 stitches. 1, 2, 3. I am working these foundation stitches kind of quickly. Forgive me if that's throwing you. I'm just assuming that everybody who is watching this is understanding how to do the double crochets and treble crochets. I'm not taking a lot of time to explain those. Okay, now working in front. Now before we worked behind these stitches. Well, we're going to work in front of these now, and we're going to front post treble in these 3 stitches, starting with the one furthest away. 1. Again, I can't show you, but my fingers back here in the back are doing an awful lot of work telling me where to put my hook. Okay. And this is something that just comes with practice. It is awkward at first, yes, but you know, with practice, the muscle memory will kick in, and you'll wonder, you know, pretty soon you won't be able to get it wrong instead of worrying about getting it right. Okay, so I'm going to finish the fabric here just so you see how it bumps up against that. Notice how this fabric is kind of recessed and the cable kind of stands out. That's kind of our goal. I'm going to chain 2. I'm going to finish these fabric-y stitches that has absolutely, well, not absolutely nothing, but very little to do with our technique that we're using learning today. Okay, now we're going to do back post double just like we did on the second row. But we're going to just work them straight across. This row is a little different. I'm going to work 3 back post double crochets back to double, not treble. And we're going to work a half double crochet right here, which is the center of where these stitches cross the last time. There's no stitch to put it in, just put it in, you know, that little gap there between the crossing. Now we're going to do 3 more, just straight across, back post double crochets. Okay, now we're going to skip the next half double crochet, which is leaning inwards here, and we're just going to work the half double crochet in the middle. And trust me, you're going to have to trust me on this. Your stitch count will remain constant by doing so. Okay, now we're going to do this again. 3 more back post double crochets. 1, 2, 3, and again the space in between where the two cables are crossing, put a half double crochet in between there. This helps to actually further define the cable for us, and so it doesn't just get lost in the post stitches. And 3 more back post double crochets. Okay, now we're going to just simply do a half double crochet in that turning chain. Chain 2, and let me show you what we have now. Okay, so we have 2 cables kind of going in opposite directions. Now we are going to simply do a repeat. Okay, so this will be 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be rows 5 and 6, which is a repeat of rows 1 and 2, in which we're going to skip this first stitch, the half double, and we're going to start with our post stitches. 3 front post double crochets, half double crochet in the half double crochet, just like that, working through the tops. 3 more front post double crochets, half double crochet in the center, and 3 more front post double crochets. Okay, half double crochet in the center here, and 3 more front post double crochets. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and finish these fabric, just the half double crochets. Again, not part of the learning of the stitch, but just to filler. Okay, get those out of the way. Okay, now we're ready to do the next row, which is again it's kind of the same as row 2, but this is row number 6, I believe. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 6. Okay, we're going to do 3 back post double crochets. 1, 2, 3, half double. There's a lot of repeating. 3 more back post double crochets, half double in the center, and here's 3 more back post double crochets, another half double crochet in the half double crochet, and 3 more back post doubles. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to do a half double crochet the next stitch. Let's chain 2. Okay, so we are actually going to repeat those 2 rows one more time. So what we're going to do is we're going to make this a little bit longer. So we're going to repeat rows, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 again. So rows 7 and 8 are going to be a repeat of rows 5 and 6, which you're going to work front post double crochet, half double crochet, repeated 4 times across, and then 3 back post double crochet, half double crochet, 3 back post double crochet, all the way across. I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll show you where I end up. Okay, I just completed the next 2 rows, which were repeats. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So rows 7 and 8 are up here, were the same as rows 5 and 6. Now this is the row, row 9, where we're going to be closing this back in. Okay, bringing these outside rows, I guess, kind of back in. And this is how we're going to do that. We're going to skip the first row on the end and the 3 post rows. We're going to half double crochet in the center. We're going to front post treble. Okay, this is where we use our treble during the crossing of the cable row in the next 3. So we have 3 front post trebles. Now this is where this row is different from the one down here. What we did down here, we're going to do over here, and what we did down here, we're going to mirror it up here. All that to say, we're going to work in front of these stitches on this side, and we're going to front post treble in the 3 stitches that we just skipped. Sorry about, I need to try to center it more here. Okay, now I'm going to work a half double crochet in the center, like so. I'm going to skip another 3 stitches, half double crochet in the next half double crochet. Okay, now we're going to front post treble in the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. Now this is where it differs. The last time we worked in front of these, well, we're going to work behind these 3 stitches by going in the hole, which is right here. We're going to work behind actually the 4 stitches, if you count the half double, and we're going to start by making that first front post treble, working behind the last 3 trebles and half double. Okay, 2. And the third one, I know it's hard to see. It's right around there. Again, I'm using my thumb right here and my Mr. Tall Man finger to try to find that stitch, just like so. I'm going to go ahead and do the filler stitches here. Okay, let me show you what I have now. It looks a little awkward, I know, because I haven't smoothed it out with the next couple rows. But this is how we bring the cabling back in, kind of directing it a little bit more. Well, let's go ahead and work the next row as well. Chain 2. Do my fillers. Okay, now we're ready for the stitch work. We're going to do 3 back post double crochets. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to do a half double crochet in the center, like so. This is the center of where the 2 sections cross. Now we're going to do 3 more back post double crochets. This again is a repeat of, I believe it's row 4. Okay, and then we do a half double crochet in the center. 1, 2, 3, and we're going to do a half double crochet in between the crossing of the cable there, and then 3 more stitches. 3 more back post double crochets, and we're going to half double crochet in our turning chain. Chain 2, and let's take a look at what we have. Okay, so we can see that is smoothing out to make a nice little honeycomb. Okay, I'm going to do 2 more rows and then I'll show you how it looks after that. I've just completed 2 more rows. It was actually a repeat of rows 1 and 2 that we worked previously down here. I just worked them up here just to see just how nice and smooth this cabling can be. Now this is using worsted weight Red Heart Super Saver yarn. Now if you switch to some of the finer, thinner yarns, it even comes out, in my opinion, a little bit nicer. In my book, Celtic Cable Crochet, I actually use this stitch in a design called the Blue Moon Shawl, and I'll try to stick a picture in this in the video so that you can see just how smooth that it actually comes out. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.